Oh my God. That game was overly stressful for no reason whatsoever. But hey, the Flyers win game one by a score of 2-1 over the Montreal Canadiens in the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. They take a 1-0 series lead. Let's go. Let's go. But there are a lot of things wrong with this game. A lot of things that the Flyers really do need to clean up on that resulted in Montreal hanging around in the game for far too long. Especially, oh God, that second period. Oh boy, that second period was terrible. That second period was god awful. It was so bad. And somehow they still came out of the second period with a lead. But hey, it doesn't matter. Hey, you mucked and grind. That's all that matters. You mucked and grind. You found a way to win. Good teams find a way to win, even though they're still playing bad during the game. That's what makes a good team. They found a way to win this game. And Carter Hart, oh my. Basically before his 22nd birthday. This is a happy birthday to you right there. And I hope the Flyers buy him a gigantic birthday present for what they did today. For what he did today. Because Carter Hart was one of the main reasons the Flyers won this game. If Carter Hart was not in the net, Montreal probably could have had at least 3-4 goals on the board. And the same could be said for the Philadelphia Flyers. The Flyers could have had at least 3-4 goals, if not for Carey Price in net. The Flyers had some key chances, to score some goals, more goals in today's game. And they did not. Carey Price was just being Carey Price. One save, he literally got the paddle on it. He literally got the paddle on the puck. But I'll get into that later. So, Flyers take a 1-0 series lead. They need to improve on a lot of things. A lot of things where I saw wrong in this game, especially during that second period. The Flyers, they just had a lot of trouble getting out of the zone. They looked terrified. They looked terrified just to get out. They couldn't move the puck. They were nervous. They were hesitating. They were stuttering to do anything out there. And they were falling right into Montreal's game. Montreal is not a highly skilled team. They don't have those highly skilled players, but they play to a style where they hit hard and they're fast and they're going to make you have to make quick decisions. And the Flyers, during that second period, they were taking way too long to make decisions, and Montreal was jumping on that from the get-go in that second period. Basically, the entire second period was in the Flyers' zone. Montreal had a lot of puck possession. The Flyers had their chances here and there, but Montreal had majority of that second period possession. And it was bad. The Flyers, for some reason, just couldn't figure out ways to get the puck out. When they were about to generate some chances, the Flyers just couldn't get it passed into the offensive zone. There were plays where the Flyers would literally just stop at the blue line and resulted in a break the other way. There were a lot of odd man rushes in this game. But let's get into the beginning of the game. Because the Flyers, in the first period, I would say for the first 15 minutes, Flyers were playing really good. They were outplaying Montreal. They were playing the style of play that they were playing the entire season. And the Flyers, they get a power play halfway through this period, a slashing penalty on Jonathan Drouin. And the Flyers going into this game, going into this series, the power play was going to be very key because they did not score one goal on the power play during the entire round-robin tournament. And the Flyers, on their first power play, it takes a little bit to get going. It's a little bit towards the end of the power play. They got their setup a little bit going on right there. You got Claude Giroux to Ivan Provorov, who claps it, goes through Carey Price, 1-0 Flyers. It looks like it deflects off a couple little things going into the net. At first, it was credited to Provorov with the goal, but then as the game went along, I saw on NHL.com that the goal was credited to Jake Voracek, so it looked like Voracek got his stick on there during that deflection to make it a 1-0 Flyers lead on the power play. That's going to be very key the rest of the series. I think the power play for the Flyers today, they went 1 for 3, and the Flyers had many key chances on the other power plays to score where they just could not do anything. They could not get anything set up, but I'll get into that in a little bit. So the Flyers take a 1-0 lead. And on that goal, you see Couturier get a little bit banged up after that because it looked like a Voracek stick when he was celebrating. It kind of got Couturier up a little high. He got Coots up in the face. And you were kind of hoping that, oh my God, don't let this be another Radko Gudas situation where he took out Couturier's knee in the 2018 playoffs. Let's not replicate that situation once again. But Couturier was fine. Flyers take a 1-0 lead. And they're still getting chances. I remember even before that goal, Kevin Hayes and Travis Konecny, they had a 2-on-1 going in the other way. Kevin Hayes was trying too hard. He was taking too long to make the pass, and he couldn't, and it went to the behind the net. And there were a lot of plays like that during this game where the Flyers had chances and chances, and they just couldn't take. They weren't taking the shots. They were looking to pass the puck way too much, especially a guy like Kevin Hayes when he's on that 2-on-1. You literally see it from his expression. He is looking towards Travis Konecny the entire time. You know he is going to pass the puck. If you're a defender right there, you see Hayes looking over to the other side. You know he's going to pass the puck. And what the defender has to do, he has to get on the floor and just basically push over to Kevin Hayes and give him no room whatsoever. And Kevin Hayes, he has no room to make the pass. He has no room to take the shot, which forces him to go to the backboards. So the Flyers, they had their chances in that first period. They could make it a 1-0 lead. And there was a chance for Claude Giroux in the second period where he just rang it off the pipe. And he couldn't score on it. And then just that second period in general, oh my goodness. You can even tell by the end of the first period that Montreal was starting to get back into this game because the Flyers, they were letting Montreal hang in there. And that's what happened to Pittsburgh during their series against Montreal. Every game, they let Montreal hang in there. They didn't shut them down. They didn't put them away. And that's exactly what the Flyers did not do in today's game. They didn't put Montreal away, even though we got the victory. They let Montreal hang around way too long in this game. And it was evident from the end of the first period going into that entire second period. Montreal came out hard. They came out hitting, and they were fast. And the Flyers, they couldn't get their pucks out of the zone. They couldn't basically do anything. It was just turnover after turnover after turnover. And the Flyers, they on the second line, they actually do get a chance going the other way, maybe a little bit of a 3-on-2. You got Lawton, you got Hayes, you got Konecny. And Konecny has the puck. And with Konecny, he is one of the fastest players on this team. He stops at the blue line, and he turns the puck over, which then turns into a 2-on-0 for the Canadiens going the other way. But the Flyers got a little bit of luck right there because Lehkonen has the puck, and he somehow just blows a gasket. He falls, and the puck goes all the way behind the net. Flyers catch a major break right there. That happened a lot during this game. Montreal had some chances where they couldn't cash in, and the Flyers did catch a lot of breaks. And also, thankfully, you had Carter Hart in the net, where he was fantastic the entire game. And then going back to that second line once again. Second line had a 2-on-1 opportunity with Travis Konecny, Kevin Hayes, then Scott Lawton eventually coming in. Konecny over the Kevin Hayes. He has an open net to shoot at, where Carey Price is literally trying to dive across to get over. And Kevin Hayes does not take the shot. He decides to spit around the pass to Scott Lawton, who is waiting to clap it into an open net. Oh yeah, you got the stick of Carey Price deflecting the puck out of play. What are you doing there, Hayes? What are you doing? Why are you passing that puck? Why are you not taking the shot? And also, I want to criticize Scott Lawton too. Why are you winding up? Why are you winding up to take that shot? Just go in there, quick wrister, and you have an open net. You probably will not have to deal with Carey Price's stick because if you go right there, take the wrister, he probably doesn't have time to get his paddle there. You'll have to do it with Nick Suzuki, who is basically standing in the blue paint. Why are you clapping? Why are you trying to wind up a clapper? And then why is Kevin Hayes not taking the shot and he tries a spin-a-rama pass? What are you doing there? Take the shot. And that happened a lot this game, like I said. There were a lot of chances where the Flyers just passed up on opportunities where they could shoot. JVR had an opportunity too in the first period. He had a clear opportunity. He was looking for a redirect. Not good enough. Not good enough at all. And the Flyers take a penalty a little bit 14 minutes into this period. Nicolas Aube-Kubel did not have a good game. And that's going to be expected. He is a rookie. He's going to make rookie mistakes. He's going to have those games. He takes a penalty right there. In Montreal, they don't take that long to set up. Shea Weber on the left side. Shea Weber has one of the hardest shots in the NHL. Fires it on Carter Hart. He makes a save at first. The rebound goes to the left side. There's a little bit of a scramble up there in the blue paint. And the puck pops out back to that left side where Shea Weber is basically standing there wide open. Wide open. And he buries it into the open net. And it's a 1-1 game. Carter Hart had no chance of stopping that puck whatsoever. And for how as good as the Flyers were on the penalty kill during the entire round-robin tournament, that wasn't a good penalty kill. They allowed Montreal to set up way too quickly, and they gave Shea Weber a chance. They did. They absolutely did, and they cashed in on it. and the Flyers paid for it. But the Flyers responded. They've responded. And that's what's important right there. The first line gets out there to get the puck in deep. They force a turnover in the Montreal zone, and it's Travis Sanheim on the point taking the shot. And you have Joel Farabee parked in front of the net, deflecting the puck so Carey Price cannot handle it. It goes off of his pad and right back onto the stick of Joel Farabee, who just says, "Thank you very much," and pots it into the open net. And the Flyers, 16 seconds after Montreal scores, take a 2-1 lead, and they somehow survive the rest of that second period. Carter Hart continues to having to make save after save after save. 2-1 lead in the third period. And in the third period, the Flyers, they played a lot better. They did. There were still chances here and there for Montreal. There were. But the Flyers, they cracked down defensively. They played a lot more sound defensively. The Flyers had their chances. They had a 4-on-3 in that period they couldn't score on. They had another power play they couldn't score on. And Nate Thompson had a chance when he had a wide open net. And he deflected it just wide. He had a wide open net just praying for a puck to go in. He had a wide open net. And he just put it wide. Oh my God, you just like, oh God. You're just like, please, make this game less stressful. Put them away. Put Montreal away. But the Flyers, when Montreal was about to pull Carey Price for the extra attacker, the Flyers were playing very well defensively, preventing Montreal from getting out of their zone for basically like at least 30 seconds to a minute. It was a really good defensive game right there, preventing Montreal from coming out. But Montreal came in there, and Nick Suzuki had a nice chance, and he hit the crossbar, and it went out of play. And there was that one chance also with a couple seconds left where the puck was just floating in front of Carter Hart, and he somehow just makes the save. Carter Hart, you would basically say the entire game, how is he making these saves? How is he doing this? He is 21 years old, soon to be 22. It is his birthday as I speak. He just turned 22. How is he doing this? It's like a playoff series against his idol. His idol in Carey Price. How is he doing this? But it feels nice. It feels so nice to have a goalie in the playoffs. It feels so nice. I digress. The Flyers, they managed to settle down defensively. They win the game. They shut the door down. They mucked and grinded. And they got the W. They take the 1-0 series lead. They have a lot to improve on. They need to be better for Game 2, which is going to be Friday at 3 p.m. And thankfully, the Flyers don't have to deal with games before them going into overtime because the Flyers will be the first Eastern Conference team to play on Friday at 3 p.m. You had a little bit of a scare earlier today when Boston and Carolina went to the double overtime, and their game started at 11 a.m., and the game went until I think at least 2:30, 3 o'clock, and that delayed the start of the Islander-Washington game by a little bit. Thank God that game didn't go to overtime. It was like, oh boy, here we go again. But the Flyers, they managed to start on time. They got the W. Sloppy, very, very sloppy. I didn't like the way they played for most of this game. But hey, good teams, even when they're playing bad, they find ways to win. And that's exactly what the Flyers did. But it's just one thing. If the Flyers were facing a better opponent than the Montreal Canadiens, they would have lost this game. Because they let Montreal hang around the entire game. They continued to let them get chances. And thankfully, Carter Hart was playing as great as he was to win this game for the Flyers. That Carter Hart stole the game for the Flyers. He did. Carey Price had a phenomenal game as well. But the Flyers, they are a better offensive team than Montreal, hence why they scored 2 goals. Thank you, Joel Farabee, for being there when we needed you to. Thank you. And thank you, Carter Hart, for being the brick wall that we all needed for tonight's game. The Flyers got to be better. They definitely have to be a lot better for Game 2. And I can also say maybe the round-robin tournament, granted, it's only one game. It's the first round of the playoffs, and you're winning 1-0 in the series. Maybe the round-robin, since the games weren't as intense as the qualifying rounds, Flyers weren't prepared enough. Montreal, they played a 5-game series. They won in 4 games against the Pittsburgh Penguins, where those games were more and more meaningful because it was those tickets to get into the playoffs. The Flyers already had their ticket cashed in. They were just playing it to reseed, basically. And they got the number 1 seed. They played very well in all their games. So, the Flyers, they experienced what Montreal can do and how scary they can be and how much they can take advantage of a game when you're basically letting them hang around. So the Flyers, I bet there's going to be some changes to the lineup possibly. I don't expect Shane Gostisbehere to be in the lineup. I don't think he had a very good game at all today. So I do expect a guy like Robert Haig to maybe slide in on that bottom pairing defensive core, because I think the way Haig plays, he can match up to what Montreal does, because they're a hard-hitting team and he's a hard-hitting defenseman. I think Robert Haig will probably work a lot better than Shane Gostisbehere, because Shane Gostisbehere hesitated a lot this game. He made a lot of turnovers. He made a lot of mistakes. And granted, the same thing could be said about the entire team. The first line, I think they had a really good game. Drew was cracking on the door a little bit. He's eventually going to get one. Couturier, the same thing. And Joel Farabee, he potted in that goal. He's continuing to make the argument to stay on that first line. The second line, they need to start scoring on the chances that they're getting. Stop being really cute with the puck. I'm talking to you, Kevin Hayes. Travis Konecny, shoot the puck. Use your speed. Get into the zone. Scott Lund, he's been fine. I really didn't criticize him much this game because he actually did try to take shots. I just wish he didn't wind up with the clapper on that one open net chance. The third line, Jake Voracek, it was his first game back. He didn't play the game against Tampa Bay. He had some plays where he made those back passes to where no one was there. It wasn't that good. The fourth line was actually pretty good this game. JVR, I'm going to criticize because he had a lot of chances to shoot the puck today, and he didn't. But the fourth line played really well. Provorov and Niskanen, the communication was a little bit sloppy there. Travis Sanheim and Phil Myers were definitely the best defensive pairing. Justin Braun was good today. Shane Gostisbehere, not good. He made a lot of turnovers today. And Carter Hart, very good. So, Flyers got to be better prepared for Game 2 on Friday at 3 p.m. So, what are your thoughts on this game? What are your thoughts on the Flyers taking a 1-0 series lead? What do you think the Flyers need to improve on going into Friday afternoon's game? So, don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section. Don't forget to drop a like, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And I will see you next time.